However, the goal is subject to adjust according to international and domestic circumstances. Here we keep some flexibility there. Now, how to get that long-term goal? We have these periodic 5-year reduction targets. That means every 5 years we set a target, and then we move on dynamically depending on domestic and foreign situation. So this will be determined by the principles for the selection of targets and control methods, and also convening an advisory committee consisting of scientists, experts, private groups, in other words, all the important stakeholders. This figure is a little bit complex. Yes. However, from the top, which is the long-term goal, and then there will be our executive yuan to approve our national climate change framework, greenhouse reduction implementation program, and then going to the next layer, there are the 6 sectors. Then still go to next level is go to our local governments. So it's really, here shows the bureaucratic framework here. Now in terms of timelines, there are basically 3 stages. They are first, mandatory reporting, voluntary reduction. That's the first stage. Second is performance standards rewards. And to the third stage is cap and trade. Now, please see the top row there. To your left-hand side, there's Air Pollution Control Act. And to the right side, in the green, that is the Greenhouse Gas Reduction and Management Act. Now, we are in this transition period marked by that line. That means before we have this new act passed, we already started this so-called first stage under the law of air pollution control. So actually, many infrastructures already have been built, many practices have been in Taiwan, and many of the subjects have been discussed with our friends in Germany, in Europe, and also in other countries. So now we are in the transition period from this previous effort to the so-called first stage of this new law. We hope very quickly you can move to the second stage, which is about performance standards. And in there, we try to encourage all the different sectors to do their best job to cut down the greenhouse gases by giving different initiatives, motivations, rewards or awards. That's the basic design there. However, after that phase, we'll go into cap and trade to have emission trading system formally run. So about this preparation for this emission trading system in Taiwan, as I mentioned, now we are already practicing, and now it's in the transition period, which includes the following items like carbon market elements, mandatory greenhouse gas reporting, status of emission reporting, voluntary reduction projects, early action credits, domestic offset projects, and so on. So we don't have time really to go into the details, but if you have any questions, I and my colleagues here are happy to entertain any of these questions. I prepared some slides, put in the attachment. Also in this law, we have a fund to be set up. Actually, it will begin very soon. There are 6 possible sources for this fund. However, this fund will be used just exclusively in initiatives at the national and local levels that reduce the carbon emissions and adapt to climate change. So here, you see, it looks like a pizza here in 6 slices, but later on, I think the portions from different part will be different. Now we haven't started yet, so later on, actually we also like to learn some experience from you. Okay, finally, lastly but not least, is the international cooperation. For example, we identify or recognize some major areas or specs that we really like to have international cooperation, such as cap and trade, such as how to set up performance standards and how to encourage different industries, and also the climate fund I just mentioned. Also, very importantly, regional partnership. We would like to play a role in Far East area, particularly, and also about low carbon technology development. For example, in Germany, I know that the so-called hard dry rock geothermal is very important here. Also, your offshore windmills. I heard that just yesterday you had some new ones set up in the northern part of the coastal zone. That part, I think Taiwan also will follow your steps and to get stronger in those areas. Actually, last year we already invited experts from Europe, including several experts from Germany. This is a group photo here. Also, there are different keynote speeches. We talk particularly on carbon market developments in Asia. Also, we talk about so-called MRV, principles and development. MRV means measurable, reportable, verifiable of greenhouse gas emissions reported by, for example, different industries. And also we talk about new market-based mechanisms. That's last year's talk. I don't have a pointer here. If you see the most right-hand side in the middle, so the middle one, the bottom up, there is Professor Fan. He's sitting here. Also, I guess it's worthy to mention that since April of 2014, last year, Taiwan and USA launched a new program called the International Environmental Partnership. And just last month, and my delegation group visited USA EPA. We had a meeting there, showing by those two photographs in the occasion of the first IEP conference in Washington. Actually, like our ambassador Chen mentioned, I still remember my visit of Germany last year. This is in PIK, a very famous spot. It's last September. Today we celebrate the first anniversary of my visit. Here are a few photos taken last year's visit. Hi. You are there. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Do you remember this one? Thank you for visiting Taiwan's EPA.
What happened to me before?
Everyone put on the eyeglasses, which were made from trash. We really emphasize on recycled economy. Thank you for your visit. I hope you can visit Taiwan again. So, a brief conclusion. I think now Taiwan will develop programs and also implement many rules under the new act within interagency and stakeholders consultations. I think this legal framework now in place is very important, very meaningful for Taiwan, also for the global, because now Taiwan can really shoulder Taiwan's responsibilities and also like to play a major role in this realm. And I think working with international community through partnership to mitigate climate change and to adapt to its adverse effects so important. We will play our role in international communities. And for the people and for the planet, it's a time for global action in this year. Let's do it, hands in hands together. Thank you for your listening. There is only one planet, so we don't have any plan B. Let's go for this planet, for plan A. Thank you very much.